Have you ever thought of yourself stuck with a decision to make that whether to go for a business or a job? There are so many people in your life who might suggest you that instead of going for a job, you should pursue for a startup, go for an entrepreneurship program, or you can also start your own initiative for a business, for a new venture, or you can pitch it to investors for that. A lot of people might have also told you that go for networking, and they might tell you that start networking through internet, through social platforms. This is also something that you have been suggested for. But how about putting this decision to a final conclusion? If you're really interested in watching this video that where you can finally decide that whether to go for a business or a job, this video is for you. Do watch the complete video and do like and subscribe to my channel. Hello everyone, this is Hamza and you're watching my YouTube channel. Today, finally, after so many discussions in different platforms with different mentors and counselors, I've finally come to a conclusion, to a proper approach to this question that whether to go for a business or a job. Job is not reliable, job has no security, it gives you limited pay, but they don't have any background behind what they're talking about. Business cannot be started without any experience, without any insight. Job and business are altogether two different horizons. You cannot explore them at once, and you cannot explore either of them without the other support. This is the only generation that's facing a confound situation. They have so much competition around them, so many people are pursuing different fields, so they find it difficult to go in any one of them without being a strike through competition, and you have to work even harder than you would have done. Stop taking suggestions very seriously. You may find a lot of people around you, for example your relative, your dad's friend, or even people on the road. They may suggest you to go for this. I and personally in my life I found a lot of people, a medical person, a doctor suggesting me to be a chartered accountant, an engineer suggesting me to be a doctor. So you're going to find people who just would like to suggest you this. So just take those suggestions, but remember, only pick those suggestions that are coming from the person related to the same background. For example, if a medical person is suggesting you to be a doctor, you have to take note of that suggestion. Now let me put this perspective in front of you. Just believe that you've wrote down that I want a business on first hand, and now you're starting for a business. First of all, you might need an idea, a concept to start for a business, a venture, or you can also start trading because it's the most popular business and needs no special sort of idea, or you can say conception, to start. But apart from that, you need management. You need a risk aversions. You need contingencies to overcome the risk that you're going to face. If you're starting a business on first hand without any experience, just take notes of these things and take if you can deal with it. For example, number one, you'd need a concept or an idea. Number two, you'd need connections, customers. Whom are you going to serve? A lot of customers in market are already bounded with their contracts. They have proper contracts, and those contracts are locked on so many in-depth, you can say, fundamentals of changed or adjusted rates and discounted figures. You on first hand as a starter cannot offer them discounts. There is a risk associated with every business activity because your customers, you can say, approach towards you is ambiguous. You don't know when they'll leave you, when they're coming towards you. You can just market your product and create a need for it, but anything can replace it. So if you are on a rainy day and you are on a risk averted situation, do you have contingency in your mind? If you don't, then all these three questions are addressing you that you first need experience. Now, people who are pursuing towards their higher education, I suggest them that don't keep this thing in mind that I'm going to be a job person forever. I'm going to down myself for 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or you can any sort of 8-hour shift throughout my life. You can start your business, but first of all, you have to explore yourself. Here is a complete plan that I'm going to put in front of you. First of all, start planning that what career suits you. Any career will be suitable for you, and you can lock your interest in any of them. There is no special hard and fast rule that you have to do one thing or you cannot do another. A lot of people in my circle don't like mathematics, but it doesn't mean that they're weak at it or they're really, they cannot understand mathematics. It's just because they're skipping it. They're trying to escape. But unlike mathematics, your business also needs some natural sciences to get explored, and experiencing, you can say, your exposure towards market is the natural science that's going to work with your business. So first, explore yourself. Which career stream suits you? Take one step behind. How are you going to decide that which career suits you? Sitting at home and exploring internet cannot actually give you the real insights. You're just stepping in the industry to explore which field suits you, which field you have command in and you can handle risk, rainy days, pressure, and any sort of situation that can come upon you. Remember that specialization and career path isn't associated with industry. It's actually associated with the management roles in the industry. If you're working in a company, so you are, regardless of the industry you're working in, FMCG, banking, manufacturing, you are going to have certain departments: accounts department, finance department, human resource department, you can say appraisal department, though it's a part of human resource, but bigger organizations have it differently. Auditing department. These are the functions you can explore on one internship. A lot of companies I know that they rotate their employee, they help them on internship to start picking their personal or favorite field. With that, you'd have a holistic view of an organization, so you're also learning general management. This is how you can actually prepare yourself from a job for a business. Number two, people will tell you start doing networking. Networking cannot work through internet. Remember that a lot of people are contacting and messaging those who are sitting on key positions in the industry. So you can actually not just text them that I want to be your connection and they will receive you. They'll probably ignore you the way you ignore promotional mails. Have you ever heard of those promotional section in your mailing, the prototype of your mail? And you probably don't see that. Some are going into your spam and others are going in junk mail. I personally suggest you that until and unless a person would know you personally, they won't render you a favor. For most of their efforts, they will just share the post that you'll ask them to do, or like it, comment it, or at utmost level, they will share your CV to some other department that you want to. But apart from that, if you want to prospect for your newly started business to them, they won't pay any attention because they already have so many on their list. So if you're already in industry, in a market, working as a person on your internship or as a job holding person, you can establish your one-on-one connection. People will personally know you. And when I have so many people in my circle who first started as a person on job, and while leaving or after leaving that, they texted their colleagues, their peers, that now I'm having my own firm and you can use my firm for your service too. That's how business is gained. You don't need extraordinary efforts and start paying to platforms that increase my connections. You don't need it. Networking cannot be done while sitting at home from phone. Networking needs strong efforts. If you want business from a person, remember that you should have something in your hand to offer them, because you are standing among millions of people who are asking business from them. But if you really want yourself to be highlighted in their sight, you should have something special in your hand. And that's an stimulus. It's going to work for them as an attraction towards you. So, summarizing complexities and vulnerabilities of fresh graduates who are already in trouble right now, you don't really have to start thinking that business is not only first priority. Remember that even if you have money, that's rare. You don't have plenty of money to start a business, because a lot of times only money cannot sustain a business. You'd need people, you'd need experience. So if even if you have money, keep it aside. Take proper tour of industry through jobs, through connection, networking. Start meeting people. There's so many seminars, there's so many workshops. What are they for? They're for you people. Start attending them. You'll get to know different industries, how they work, how different industry or different companies deal with different management roles. And then finally, you'll be able to decide that this is the perfect, you can say, an ideal field for me. I'm going to pick. And that's the point when you will find firm ground beneath you. And there you can start your own business from. So if you really like this video and found it informative for you, do subscribe to my channel, do like my video. Thank you for watching this video.